let's get into the tips. So these tips to set you up to be a power host. A power host is pretty much, it's kind of like a verified check on Instagram or something. Like you're pretty much verified with PeerSpace when you become a power host. So some of these tips are going to help you get there. So listen closely. So first tip, communication. We talked about communication in the beginning to make sure we have a solid foundation with our guests. We got a good understanding. Cool. This is a different type of communication. So say, for example, if somebody comes in with a query or want a book and they want to speak to you, it's in your best interest to respond within an hour, because PeerSpace will let people know how quick that you are to respond. And if you're under that hour, that is one of the metrics you get for being a power host. So number one. Number two is being a good host. I mean, this pretty much, really don't have to say it, but I have to say it. Being a good host, because by being a good host, you get more reviews. And when anybody goes online or looks for Airbnb or a space to rent, they're looking at the reviews, or even buying anything, they're looking at the reviews. So if you have trash reviews, you're not going to be making no money on PeerSpace. I'm just be honest with you. So the better reviews, the more money you make, because more people want to come to you because they trust you, because they see other people have worked with you before and you have good reviews. So that's a metric number two on becoming a power host. So I think it is at least 4.5 stars, and also responding in less than an hour. Those are two metrics that they look at when it comes to being a power host. Third is how many bookings you have. So it's a certain number. I'm not sure. I think I'll figure it out and put it like right here or something. But it's a certain number of bookings you have to have within a certain time frame to become a power host. So if you have all three of those, a certain number of bookings in a certain time frame, you have at least 4.5 stars overall in your reviews, and also you respond in a decent enough time, you will become a power host flat out. It's very easy to do, but you have to do all three of these. Respond quickly, well, within an hour, have good reviews and a good number of bookings, and then boom, you're a power host. So those are some tips that I have, and yeah. All right, my last tip is price. So how do you price your listing? That was pretty much the hardest thing I had to think about before I even listed my space. So pretty much what I did, I went to PeerSpace and other sites to see what other studios or other spaces similar to mine were, pricing at, and I pretty much kind of met either on the low end or in the middle. But based on my space, a lot of spaces don't have a photography room and podcast room, and also offering them as a bundle deal. So I was like, okay, let me find out what some similar sizes, specs are charging. And I'm gonna charge a little more because I'm offering a little more. And it's pretty much been working out for me. And yeah, so if you're looking for your price, just go see what's out there in the market, and then kind of start probably a little lower than most people to have like a price competitive edge. Of course, after you run your numbers and make sure it makes sense to do that price with what you already paid and what you're paying a month, blase, but definitely look at the competition, see what they're charging, charge at or around there, and then as you grow and you understand your demand, you can start upping that price from there. So that's the end of today's video. If you want to learn my full story on how I got my space on PeerSpace, look at this video right here, and until next time, people, peace.